Okay, welcome to the third part of this video. So quickly right now we just have to add a new column. We're going to use part-3 to do that. So right now what you can do is just to launch your part-3 right here. I'm going to click on it and here we go. It's going to take a little while to have it self-opened. Okay, there we have it. So we have it right now. As you can see, we have so many tables right here. So in case you don't know what dashboard we are creating, so in the previous video we've actually taken a look at the overview of this dashboard right here, and it's very simple and easy to be created, all of that. So if you want to actually follow along step by step, keep watching as we keep creating this particular dynamic dashboard for you. Okay, right now I'm going to go back right to where we are. So here we are right here. So we have lots of tables right here. So what we need now is actually this one right here. I'm going to navigate down to this particular edit and I'm going to click on edit. Okay, welcome to the part-3 environment, right? So now I'm just going to scroll to the end. As you can see, we have this particular column right here that says satisfaction. So we need to add a new column that actually gives us like what each number actually entails, like that. We have 3, we have 4, we have 5. So what to categorize them, what really satisfaction it is like. Now if you ask your client or your boss, he or she will definitely tell you what 4, 3 or 5 actually is, and all of that. So now what we can do quickly to do that is actually for you to go to add column, and I'm going to actually add custom column right here. Oh, sorry for that, not custom column. Instead we just want to add this particular conditional column right here. And here we go, we have this conditional column added. So what we can do right now is just to actually say customer, like there's going to be CS transformation. So customer transformation. So once we have our customer transformation right here, transformation. So we can now come right here and set, we just have to navigate to where we have the custom writing. So here it is. So we just have to click on this, and that is exactly what it is. So if it is equal to 3, if this particular customer column right here, the value we have right there, if it is equal to 3, what I want you to give to me is actually high, which is going to be on the high rating. So we rated the customer satisfaction to be high. We need to actually add on that role again, and we still have to go on this particular same column. And this time around, if it is equal to 4, and what we need to do is just going to be some kind of the satisfaction is not that high, but it's going to be some kind of medium, right? So medium, sorry, my medium is wrong, so it's going to be medium. So now if it is not within these particular 2 numbers right here, it's going to be under low. That is all about that. So once we are done with that, I'm going to click on OK right here. So let's see what we have. So we have it the way we really wanted to have it. So right now this is what it is. So we have high and low plus medium, right? So this is exactly what we need to do. So once we've done this, the next thing we're going to do right now is just to make sure we actually come back to home and actually say close and apply, and it's going to apply itself right to this particular aspect right here. It's going to take a little while to load, so let us give it some time. Okay, it's checking for the relationship, so it's going to take a little while. Okay, now here we are, we have it right here. So let us take a look at how to use this. So what we can do now is just to have this closed, and it's going to be very easy to bring back in case you need it. Okay, let us do the visualization. I'm going to get this one doubled, so I'm going to bring this one right here. Quickly, I just have to change the dimension, like I'm going to change the height and the weight for it. So I'm going to come right here, it's going to be 0.65, and the next one is going to be some kind of 2.38. That's going to be 2.38. Quickly, we have something like this, and this is what it is. So now what we need to do right now is just change, I'm going to go Ctrl 1. So when I have my Ctrl 1 up, so I'm just going to get it. Here we go, we have it right here. I'm going to bring it closer to what I want to actually have changed. So what I need to do right now is just to make sure I come right here and I click on this particular aspect here. And now instead of me to have this particular direction of the shadow down, I'm going to have it turned all the way to the top level. So click on this one right here and actually go to where we have that particular type I want to use. And here we go, we have it. So we just have to make sure we go to this particular aspect here. Just make it 93 and see what it is that we have. So now here we go, we love something like this, right? So this is what it is. So I'm just gonna make sure I have it sitting right to this particular aspect here, and this is where it should be. Nicely we have it, right? So the next thing we're gonna do right now is just to go ahead and pick the icon when I use right for it, and either of this icon is gonna go well with us. So I think I prefer this icon right here. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna go to my dashboard environment here. I'm gonna have to drop it. So once I have it dropped, I'm gonna move it all the way to this particular aspect. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller than this. Something like this is cool for me. And here we go. Nicely. What we can do next is for we to actually come all the way to the color aspect right here and change the color to something not that particular. Nothing is gonna be cool as this. So now I'm gonna go all the way to the top level right here. Okay, instead of me doing that, I'm gonna come right here and actually come and get this. I'm gonna have it right here. This is exactly what it is that I need to do. Okay, what we want here right now is a shipping cost, which is what we need to have right here. So we just want to get a shipping cost, the total shipping cost, right? So what we did analyze right here was the shipping cost based on the shippers or the company we use in actually, shipping goods, right? So right now what we can do is just for we to come right here and actually double this and bring this all the way down right here. And now we've not gotten the analysis for this. So what we can do is just to go back to analysis right here. And I'm going to actually have to go ahead and double this and have it pasted right here. Okay, in case you've not watched the first video, you might a little bit not going to have the full thing we do right here, so you will definitely need to take a look at that. First and second video will do you well. So we just have to move this away from here, and for this particular one right here, I'm gonna move it off, and I want to go to the active. Here we are. So you can decide to close other tables, right? So exclude the fact table. So now under the fact table, I'm gonna move down a little bit and I'm gonna see where we have the total delivery cost is our shipping cost. Okay, now here we go. We have it right here. This is what we have. And now what we can do is just to scroll all the way down to this particular aspect here and go quickly, and we just have to turn on our formula bar, which is really on. I'm going to put my equal to right here, and I'm going to go down to this particular aspect analysis, and we go have to, okay, we have to pick that, and here we go, we have it right here. Okay, what is the next thing we can do now? Okay, what I just did was to just kind of duplicate this one into tray and have it right here for me to visualize my, satisfaction, like, the customer satisfaction, and see how a company is doing wherever. Okay, next again is to actually identify which one is high, which one is medium, and which one is low. As you can see, we have the high, the medium, and the low right here. And we want to actually show some arrows to actually tell what it is that we're doing right here, and all of that. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, to get the arrow right now, I'm going to come to this particular aspect here, which is insert. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go to illustrations. Then I'm going to go to what? I'm going to go to my shapes. Then we'll pick this right from here, this particular line arrow. So once we have it picked, I'm going to drag it a little bit down. Hold your shift key to have a straight drag. Something like this will be cool for me. And now that I've gotten this done, what I can do right now is just to Control 1 to have it formatted the way I really wanted it to be. Out of that, so I'm going to move my arrow right from here down to this particular aspect here. So I'm going to have this one right here. Right now for this, I'm just going to come to this particular aspect and make sure I have some kind of thicker than what it is right now. Something like this will be cool for me. Because I want this one to be some kind of like gold for green, because it's the highest one. So what I can quickly do is just to come right here and actually go on rotation. So when I flip it, no, you can check this right out, just flip vertical, and like this would be cool. So if I double this right now, so we just have to come right here, and what we can do now is just for we to actually flip this as well. And I'm going to double the next one right here, and this time around I don't want to go ahead and start flipping this. I'm going to go for more, and it's going to turn this on for me, and it's going to go for rotation. So I'm going to rotate this particular level. So I'm going to keep rotating it until I'm satisfied with what I have, right? So now, so which shows this. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is for me to have the colors changed. You understand that? So we just want to have the colors changed to this particular color right here. And for this one that is going down, which is the lowest one, I'm going to go ahead and use this right here. So what I can do right now is just to make sure I bring this one here, which depicts low, and I'm going to bring this one right here, so which is medium. So if I quickly go on full screen right now, we can see it's some kind of telling a story. You understand? But this is what it is. So if you look at the previous one right here right now, you can see, so we have similar thing right here. So this is what it is. So let us see how we can actually set the analysis and get to this particular level. Right, quickly what we can do is to go back to analysis right here. I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C to have it pasted right here. And this time around, we want to change something from that particular. Okay, we want to leave this particular cost right here, and we want to go to where we have our fact table right in, and we just have to go to what we just customized previously before now, and it's going to be this particular CS transformation, which is customer satisfaction transformation. I'm going to drag it all the way down to this particular aspect here. So here we have the high and the low, and this is the cost of delivery right here. So right now we don't need the cost of delivery, right? So what we need is just the count. So we just have to remove this away, or if still we don't want to remove it, we can just come right to this particular value field setting right here and default this to count. So any of the column could be counted, right? Okay, I think it's not gonna work that way. Okay, let's do something different. So I just have to make sure I get this one off. So we just have to like go ahead and bring anything that has nothing to do with some kind of text or whatever. I'm gonna bring all the agent code whatsoever. Let me just scroll all the way down. So let us bring this back down again. So I'm gonna bring it down, and this time around it defaults to count automatically for me. That is exactly what I really wanted to have. And now I'm gonna drag it all the way for the second time, and one is gonna be for percentage. That is exactly what I want. So I'm gonna actually right click on this one and turn this one into percentage of grand total. So here we go. So this is what it is that we really want to have right here, and I'm gonna do something different again, right? So never forget your headers. So right here I just want to make sure I come right here and say percentage. I'm gonna type in here remaining as just like this shot. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna make a reference to this particular one here. I'm gonna actually have to drag it down, and we just want to put on equal to right here. I'm gonna say 100%. If you had been following my tutorial, you must have known how to do this. So subtract it from this particular one we have right here, and I'm gonna hit enter. We're gonna have a very large number, which is something very weird, but don't get freaked. This is what it is. So come right here under the percentage, you want to put it on just maybe 1, and I'm gonna hit enter. This is just 1 decimal point whatsoever. So I'm gonna come right here, I'm gonna right click, Control 1, and go right to this particular aspect here. I might don't want to have extra decimal. I would definitely have to move it off to 0, and I'm gonna come down right here. I'm gonna hit OK, and there we go. We have it like this. So what we need to do right now is to start to create the chart we want to actually use to get this visualized whatsoever. So let's start with that. So what you can do quickly is just to highlight the top one right here. We know what you're actually creating. You're creating under high, so we just have to go to the top level right here. We just have to go to insert, then we go ahead and get this, and here we go. So after getting this right now, we just have to make sure we take off every single thing right away. So we just have to cut it away from here. I'm going to take it to my dashboard environment, and here we go. We have it pasted right here right now. So what we can do is just to make sure we some kind of format it rightly the way it should be. So double click it and take off the fill and the border. They've gone. Okay, this is very easy and straightforward. So what I'm going to do right now is just to come right here and select, I have to see this particular point to be 60, and here is my 40%. So let's just quickly go before we make any mistake. So we just have to go and identify what you're trying to set for high. This is what we're setting for high. This is the remaining. So you just have to take note of that. So if I go back to my dashboard right now, here we are again. So what we can do is just to come right here and actually go right to this particular aspect. I'm going to say no line for it, and I'm going to double click on this right until I have this particular color appeared right here. I'm going to change it to this particular color. Remember what color we have selected, so that if you are doing the remaining part of it, we'll know which color we are selecting. So we selected the third one before this one's right there. Okay, now we just have to make sure it correlates with what, with the color of our arrow right here. And I'm gonna go right and select the color we had for it. So here we go. Now that we've gotten this one right now, we just have to make sure we make it a little bit smaller. So we bring it on to this particular aspect here. Sorry for that. So we just have to get this one closed for now. So we just have to make sure we bring it all the way right here, and we resize it a little bit. I'm gonna resize it until I get to what I really want to have, and something like this will be cool for me. And what I'm gonna do is just to double it. I'm gonna bring this one all the way down right here. I'm gonna double it again, and here we go. So now that we've gotten this ready, so what we can do right now is just to make sure it's in the middle of this one. I'm going to actually click on this, go to format, and quickly we just have to go to align, and I'm going to say align in the center. Oh, sorry, not center, in the middle. I wanted to have it align in the middle, so I'm going to say middle, and here we go, we have it like that. And I'm going to do others like that as well. Okay, now I've just done it. So the next we're going to do right now is just to make sure we actually make this particular middle or medium one to actually, locate where we have it. So it's just going to be this one right here. I hope you remembered how it happened. Okay, this is going to be for high. For medium, it's going to go for this particular one right here beneath it. And I'm going to click on OK. So it's going to have the color changed, but don't get afraid, we're going to have it fixed. Let's go right here. I'm going to select this one. That is the low one. The low one is this. So we have it as well. So what we can do right now quickly is just for you to actually go ahead and do the formatting. Just double click on it, and here we go, we have this up. So once we have it up, we just have to make sure we move it this way, and quickly we should remember what it is that I told you. So double click on it and have the color appeared right here, and quickly go and select this, and go right here right now and actually select the appropriate color for it. So here we go. I think this is the color we used, and that is exactly what it is. So now we just have to make sure we double click this as well. So go for the color selection, then go right here and choose the right color. Here we go. And the next one again is going to be this one here. I'm going to go ahead and select this particular color. Nicely, we have it right at the right spot. So here we go, we have something like this, and quickly I'm just going to go ahead and select this one right here and have it right in the middle of this. So once we have it in the middle of it, I'm going to put my equal to right here. I'm going to go for high. I want to move the percentage of high to this, and there. Once we've done that, I just want to make sure I format it. It's going to be in the middle of it, centralize it, and I'm going to make it some kind of bold. Crank it up a little bit, and I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna select a color for it that is not that too bright. Something like this would be cool for me. So once I've done that, I want to make sure it sits right in the middle of it. Okay, we have them all. The next thing I'm gonna do right now is just to make sure I hold this. I'm gonna have it held. I'm gonna drag it all the way down right here. This way I'm gonna have it right then. So once I've just gotten this done, what I'm going to do right now, I want to see how many numbers of persons are actually on high rating when it comes to satisfaction of like this. So I'm going to go right here and actually make sure I get numbers of the people who are very satisfied, and the medium as well, with taking plus the lowest satisfactory level. So we have all the value. The next thing we can do is just for we to go do the formatting right here. I'm going to actually hold all of them together. So once I have them held, I'm going to come right here and actually select this particular font type right here, which is going to be this one, and I'm going to put it on 12, and I want to come right here and select something like this. So let's go and see what it is that we have right now. So we just have to make sure we extend this right here so that other part of it will show, and something like this will be cool for us. Can you see that right now? And you can actually decide to make it bolder and all that, and if you feel like it's cool, you can actually let it be like this. Okay, now can you see what we have right here right now? This is very beautiful. Okay, to let the chart be readable, what you can do right now, go to insert illustrations and come to shapes and actually pick this particular text box right here and drag it all the way down here. I'm going to type in customer satisfaction. So once you have actually gotten something like this type in, so go quickly and actually have the text inside it changed, and we just have to change this to something like this. Okay, let us go ahead and use something like this, and now we just have to make sure we centralize this right here. And this is what it is. So now I can actually go ahead and move this a little bit. So once I've done that, I just have to turn this around until I have it stretched rightly. So once we've done that, we just have to make sure we bring it where it could actually straightly, so that whoever comes to a dashboard will definitely know what is going on right here. So we just have to make it a little bit smaller. So here we go. This is what it is that we have right here right now. Can you see this right now? So we might decide to do more formatting, so just take your time to do the formatting just like this. Okay, let us create the next card, which is going to be very simple and easy. I'm going to have to double this. I'm going to bring it all the way down, just give it a little space. and I'm gonna have to scroll and bring it down to this particular level. And for the curveness, we just have to reduce the curveness. The more we expand it, the more the curveness get to looking kind of curvy. So we have something like this, which is very cool. I love it. So what do we have right here? How can we get to do that? So first of all, I want to go to the top level and I want to go to developer, and from developer I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to select this particular option button, so I'm going to have it right here. So here we go. So right here we just have to clear this away from here. So I'm going to type in my top for shoe for all products. So once I've done that, I just have to click away, and now I just have to like double it and have this one right here. I'm going to type in here my certificate, select it. Okay, so we just have to get this one here away from here. So shoe sizes. So here we go. So now how can we make sense with what we have right now? So we can actually rearrange it later. So we just have to go to our back end, and quickly we just have to copy something away from here and try to do that analysis, right? Move it, and quickly we just have to drop it right here and all that. So we just have to bring our field list on. Sorry for that. We need to bring it on, and there we go. Okay, we have to come right here and move all this away. So we just have to move all this away, and I'm going to take this off as well. And what we can do right now, go to this particular all right here, and once we click on all, what we have to use is the product. So we have to open the product up, and we just have to go ahead and click the product name, and we have all the products we have right here. And quickly we just have to go back to active, and this time around we are going to the quantity where we have it right here under this particular our fact table. So we have to type quantity for the product, and what we just need from here is just the top 4 products that actually is making good money for our company. So we just have to just keep the top 4 right here and all that. So once we've just gotten this done, we can actually go ahead and copy this, how it copied, and paste it right here. And right now we just have to get a shoe size, right? So where can we get a shoe size? That is the next question we just have to ask ourselves. And I'm going to close this product as well. I'm going to close this one, and we just have to close this. Let us go to this particular aspect of the fact table and see if we have the shoe size right here. So we're searching through this. So if we can't find it, can we make a search? So there we go. We have not found it. As you can see, it's not found, but I believe we have it. So let's just go back to where we have the table right in. So we just have to locate product, and here we have the product. As you can see, we have the shoe size right mixed up with our product. So now we just have to separate the sizes and see what it is that we can do. So how can we do this? We just have to go back to our Power Query. So go to data, and here we go. We just have to open this up, and we just locate where we have the products alone, and we just have to go to edit, and here we have it. Okay, now here we go. How do we split this right now? So we need that. Okay, what can we do right now? So this is what it is right here. So we have to be careful on how to actually split this, else it's gonna take a little while before we do it. So I don't want to actually have a tough time around this. Quickly, let me show you how to do it. So we just want to split by what? By space. But if we go ahead right now and actually say, okay, split by delimiter and go. And if you go ahead and choose space right now, you're going to have a problem, because if I go ahead and actually click on this right now, it's going to split it out for me. So now we have product 1, product 2, and product 3 right here, and even 4 down to 5. So this is not what we are looking for. It can never work that way. I'm going to actually have to get this off and get this off again, and we're back to the original format, right? What can we do is for we to split by numbers like this. Go right here and just say by number of characters. So we're going to click on that right here. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So now if we look at this, so we have the same character from here down to the last row. Okay, now what we can do, we can count from this particular size here is 4. Remember, our space is a character as well, so we have to count our space as well. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which means we have 9 character all the way down right here. But when it comes to this particular aspect, we can't say they are the same characters, because of what we have some that is actually different. It's not this Adidas right here with this particular ballet shoe will not have the same number of characters, so we can actually use this one. So once we've known how many characters there are, 9, so have your 9 right here, So we get it. So now we said once as far right as possible. Now we are starting it from the what? From the right hand side to split it out from the right hand side, which means anything that has to do with those one will remain the way it is. We just have to use two columns, right, when we split out. So if what we want to split out start from the right hand or the left hand side, we'll do that and all of that. And if it's some kind of repeatedly, meaning we have a lot of things, we just have to split it into different kind of columns, we are going to do that. But right now it's going to work. So if I go right here right now and click on OK, let's see what it is. So we have this right here and it works for us. So now I'm going to type in here my shoe size. So we got it. So here is going to be my product. So products and shoe size, and there we go. Can you see this right now? It works so well for us. So what we can do is quickly, we just have to go to home and actually close in Lotto. And it's going to actually take a little while to have itself loaded right here. So let us give it some time to see what it is. Okay, we have it right arrived. So we can go ahead and close this, and now we should go back. So it's not going to have itself reflected right here because this one is connected to, and we have it on our part pivot. So it works right there. So if I go back here right now, you can see things are some kind of a little bit weird right here. So can you see it right now? So the reason for this is because we have some columns splitted. So now it does some kind of take note of that. So we go to where we have our product right in, and now we can move our product right here. Here we have it, and we can come right here and move the size of the products right here. And it's the shoe size right here, and there we go, we have it right here. So those are the shoe sizes we have, right? So what we can do is just to make sure we get the top 5 shoes that are selling mostly for us. So the top 4, right? Now we just go for, and I'm going to click on OK, and here we go. So right there we have something just like this. So what can we do with it? Because we want to switch between these two, I'm going to type in here. Okay, before we do anything stupid, so what we can do right now is just to go back to our dashboard. I'm going to right click on this right here. I'm going to go to word formats control. I'm going to have my cursor right here. I'm going to go back to my analysis, and there we go. We just have to link this particular one here. I'm going to click on OK. So if I have something selected, I'm going to select the second one. It's going to give me 2. When I go back right there, I have my second one right here. Quickly, we just have to make sure we use some little, formula to get what we want done. So it's going to be if condition. I'm going to say if this particular number right here is equal to 1, and you just have to make sure we have this one locked down. Your F4 key will help you do that. And if it is equal to 1, what we want is just going to be from here. I want you to pull something from here, else I want you to come get something from here. If it is not, which means if it is equal to 2, come get something from there, and here we go. So it's equal to 2 right now is getting something from here, and I have to drag this all the way down. So we have it down to the last one. So quickly, I hate reinventing the wheel. I just have to make sure I copy this, escape, and come right here and have this pasted. And now double click on it and come right here, and once you see this, move it and move it, hit enter, and there we go. We can now just drag it down. And this is what we just need to do. We are done from here, and the next thing we can do right now is just to make sure we go Ctrl 1, and once we've done that, number, and there we go, no extra decimal separator. Here we go. So now we can quickly create our chart from here. So right now we have a chart. We can switch between those two charts once we have it created. So we just have to get this axis away from here. We don't need this as well. We just have to get it off and all that. So once we've just gotten this done, we can quickly get it out from here right now. Ctrl X will help us do that. So we just have to go this way, and we have to drop our chart right here. I'll move it all the way to the top level here. So quickly let us format it to fit in right here. We can now move this and this to the top level. So go to the top, and we just have to go to format, line top, and here we go. So nicely. Let us give it some quick formatting, right? So we just go here, I'm gonna bring it to the top a little bit, so we just have to make sure we take it up, and something like this will be cool. So we extend it a little bit to get itself closed here, and now we just have to make sure we format it rightly the way it should be. I'm gonna make sure I'm seeing what I'm doing here. Then I want to say no fill, I'm gonna say no border to it as well, and we just have to go for this particular part here, and I want to say the grid line should be turned off, so we have a clean chart right now. So once we click on this right here, we can now change the color of it. So go, and I want to go ahead and change this particular color to this, and I can quickly go right here, and when I say on the border aspect, I want to say no border for it. And once we are done with here, I just want to come right here and make it some kind of something like this. I love it. So quickly we have something like this. I'm gonna make sure I go back, and this is what we have right now. So nicely we have it, so we can actually switch between this, and here we go. Can you see this right now? It's giving us the top 4 and giving us the shoe sizes, how many we've sold and all of that, which are selling most and all that. So what if you can actually go ahead and turn on the data label for it, and here we go nicely. So let us just let it be like this, and quickly what we can do for the next one is go to this particular insert illustrations, and we just want to go to shapes, and from shape we just have to click and get this right here. I want to come right here and hold my shift key and drag it all the way down. So now it's not working so well for me. I'm so sorry. I have to delete it, and I have to go get another one. So still we can actually even get this right from here. We can get this shape type here. We can get this. We can actually go ahead and drag this. So once I've gotten this done, Control 1, and for the border, I want to take the border off it, and I want to come right here and actually select something like this. Okay, I just want to make sure I have a demarcation right here for me. So we have something just like this right now. Please always remember to click on save, just to actually, save yourself from some kind of awkward thing that will happen sometime if you're working. Don't save. It's just like, oh, the machine just get to close and all of that, so you miss most of those things you've created. Okay, this next one is going to be a little bit tricky. I go to this particular aspect again, and you know what I used to do? I just have to some kind of get this copied. I'm going to have it pasted right in here right now. So follow along step by step, and you'll see what it is that I'm trying to do. I want to come right here and take this off. I want to take this off as well. And right now, quickly, I just want to scroll all the way down. And what I want to do is just to pick the profit right away from here. And I want to quickly go to have the year drop down. So the 2 years I have and have the profit, right? So once I have the profit right here, and secondly, I want to go ahead and drag the same profit down again. And this time around, I want to have this closed because I'm done with what I'm getting from there. So move it, and quickly, let us do the rightful. All right, so this one has to be some kind of percentage for grand total. So we just have to go and actually say the grand total, and here we have it. So once we've gotten this done, what can we do next is for we to actually make sure we get this one here. I'm gonna go Control, and I'm gonna have it pasted right here. So it's not as pivot table, it's just some value, right? So once we've done this, we just have to go back to our dashboard here, go to the top level and actually go on developer, and from developer click on insert, and here we just want to insert some kind of combo box. So I'm gonna put my combo box right in here, as little as this. So we just have to right click on the combo box. I'm gonna go to format control, and quickly I just want to make sure I fill the combo box with this particular 2 values right here, date whatsoever. And for the cell link is gonna be at the top of it. I'm gonna link it there. I just have to make sure it's 2. That is exactly what it is. So now we have it. So we can select something from here right now. So we have it selected. So let's just go back here. Go back to analysis experts here and see what it is that we can do right now. Okay, the chart we're about to create would have to be some kind of a switchable chart, so we just have to make it switchable. I'm gonna say, okay, if this one here is equal to 1, so I want to actually make sure you give me something from here, right? So we just have to click on F4. Okay, here we go, F4 key, and if that is equal to 1, I want it to give me something from here, or give me something from here. So right now, because it's false, let's see why it's happening like this. Okay, if this is equal to 1, my 1 is not there and my comma is not there. If I hit enter right now, this is what it's going to give to me, and 2 will give me 2020, all of that. So now what we can do is just so to actually use what we call VLOOKUP right here right now to get the value we have right for the percentage. So I'm going to say my VLOOKUP. You know what VLOOKUP is all about. So VLOOKUP is looking for the lookup value right here, and this is what it is. So comma again is looking for the array, and the array is going to be where are we taking something from, where do you want to go and fetch something from. And now for the column index is going to be 3. That is the percentage where it's sitting. 1, 2, 3, the third column. And now I need the exact match, of course, 0. I'm going to have it close. I'm going to hit this, and here we have the percentage being here for us. Control 1 will help us to do the amazing job. Okay, we just have to say, oh no, just 0. Hit OK, and here we have it, right? It's giving us 60% because it's pulling from here, and if I put this 1 to 1 right now, it's pulling from this first one right here. Quickly, you know what it is I love to do? It's just going to be some kind of 100% minus this from here, and all this. Just play around with this particular, you know, way of creating things. Sit down and think of like you want to have something created. So how can I do that? Don't actually bother. Not like I can't do it. No, you can. Just feel like you can. You will do it. Definitely, you'll do it. So once we've just gotten this done right now, it's time for we to create a kind of chart that is going to be very cool for us to get that visualization, you know, set up on the dashboard. I'm going to get this right here. Okay, right now, quickly, what we have right here. This is what we have. I'm going to make sure I just get this right on here. Quickly formatted. I'm going to say no fill and no border. Hold sorry for that. Bring it back. So make sure you have it highlighted. I'm just in this. So now no fill and no border will be cool. So right now we just have to get this away from here. So and get this 2019 away from here as well. So we make it a little bit smaller, and we can quickly go ahead and take it to our dashboard environment and see what we can do to do a very good justification to it. Okay, quickly here we are. So you just have to move this away from here, and we have to paste it and move it right. So we just have to say no fill, no line or border whatsoever. You just have to make it this way. And once I've done this right now, what I'm going to do is just to go back to the top level again, go to illustrations and shapes. I want to pick this rounded shape right here, and here we go. Hold your shift key to make sure you have something like this, not too huge. Something will be cool like this. So we just have to make sure we have it right here. I'm going to hold my shift to reduce it a little bit and make sure it centralizes here like this. So just want to show you some sample on what to do. And in the previous one we've created, let me go show you what it is that we have done right there. So here we go. This is what we've done right here, and this is exactly what you're trying to do right now. So let's just go back and see how we can actually achieve something as what we have right there. So we can still go ahead and make it some kind of a little bit smaller again, because we want to have some kind of border for it. So once we've gotten this right now, for this particular one here, I just want to make sure I change it to this particular color, and this is what we need to have. And for the line color, right, so we just have to change the line color to something like this, so we can make it thicker. Okay, we just want to go ahead and reduce it a little bit, so we can actually reduce it, and we can set the increase of this one. You can increase it. Just take your time to do this on your own. So once we've done this right now, we can actually go ahead and click on this one here, and I'm gonna go back here, and we go on this particular grid on fill, and we just have to make sure we select this alone. So this is what is being selected alone, and now we can go ahead and use the grid on fill to do whatever we want to do, but that is not really important right now. We can just go ahead and select any of this one right here. If you want to do that, you can do it yourself. Now we've gotten this, so if we change it right now, you can see what effect it's going to give to our work. Can you see that right now? This is beautiful, very beautiful. So can you see it right now? This is what it is. So now we just have to go ahead and get the value we have for it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this right, drag it all the way down to this particular level, and I'm going to go back here. My equal to right on it, I want to pick it from here. So we pick this, and now we just have to go and format it. We just have to put it on white. white color, have it bold, and there we go, nicely. So once we've done this right here, once we change this right now, you see how it changes, right? This is one thing I really want you to understand how to do. Okay, we want to have it shifted, and now I believe you know how to do that. With ease, pick this right here and actually select this particular one alone. So once you have them selected, you can actually go ahead and move them a little. Okay, we don't have all of them selected at the same time, so we can do that again. Don't worry, it's not gonna affect anything. So we can move it down to this aspect. So once we have it moved, so we can leave it that way. So now we just have to go ahead and do something. We just have to bring this right here right now. So once we have this right here, so move it to the top level a little bit. So now we can hold our control and double it, and until you have it resized on this particular aspect here. And now we can go ahead and pick the value that is peculiar to this, right? So 2019. So we go ahead and pick value for 2019. Here we go, and all that. So we just have to make sure we copy this and do some kind of nice work here. We don't have to reinvent the wheel again. Go back to the sheet now. So paste it and just change 1 to 6. And there we go, we have the right value for it. So hold the Control key and have them highlighted bold, and quickly change the font type. And we just have to make it some kind of like, we just want to use something like this, and this is what it is right here. So we have something just like this. Okay, right now we just have to go to full screen and see what we've just gotten created. So we just have to go to view and disable this, and let's see what we have. On a full screen right now, this is what we have, and this is how dynamic this could be and all of that. And you know what it is, if you go to the previous one, you can see that we are almost right at the far end of this particular dashboard here, and this is what we're going to be creating next. And I'm going to show you how to get this and all of that. So all you need to do is, when you just get to learn any trick from any content creator, is just to look at how you can actually apply the same thing to your own project. That is exactly what it is. So application is what you need, but before the application, what comes first? What comes first is actually you knowing how to definitely do what the creator had done. So if you can actually replicate what he had done in the practice level, definitely I bet you would be able to some kind of replicate that on your own personal project, and you'll be cool. Your boss will be some kind of happy with you to create something very amazing just like this. Okay guys, I want to say thank you very much for being there for me. So right now we just have to go, and when we come back, we start creating this particular part of the dashboard from the scratch for you guys. So see you in the next video.